Mirrors, they hold us, reflect us and mock us with our own image. But what if they are more? What if they are not reflecting back at us, but peering into us? From childhood we are warned about mirrors. Don't break them, don't look too long. Superstitions whisper of 7 years bad luck and trapped souls, but the fear runs deeper. We look into a mirror and see ourselves, yet something is different. A flicker in the eye, a slight smirk, a chilling reminder that something else might be looking back. Mirrors hold a dark fascination, a terrifying allure. They are portals to another world, where reality distorts and shadows come alive. The mirror principle, a simple concept, yet one that chills us to the bone. What we see in the mirror is not a reflection, but a glimpse into a parallel world. A world eerily similar to our own, yet subtly, disturbingly different. Imagine stepping through the glass. A world where everything is reversed. Left is right, good is evil, and our deepest fears become reality. This is the terrifying potential of the mirror. The portal doesn't have to be physical. It can be a reflection in water, a polished surface, even the eyes of another. Any reflective surface can become a doorway to this unsettling otherness. The mirror doesn't lie. It shows us a truth we may not want to see, a truth that exists beyond our comprehension. Stories of mirrors and their horrors are deeply embedded in our collective consciousness. Bloody Mary, the vengeful spirit summoned in a darkened room. The Queen's chilling encounter with her reflection in the Hall of Mirrors. These tales, passed down through generations, speak to a primal fear of the unknown, a fear that what we see in the mirror is not all that is there. Urban legends whisper of haunted mirrors reflecting tragedies and trapping souls within their glass. Antique shops are filled with stories of mirrors with dark pasts, reflecting evil into the homes of unsuspecting buyers. These legends, whether true or not, add to the chilling mystique surrounding mirrors. They remind us that the boundary between our world and the world beyond is thin, fragile, and sometimes it breaks. The fear of mirrors is not entirely unfounded. Mirrors have long been a source of fascination and dread, capturing our imaginations and fears in equal measure. They are portals to another world, a world that looks like ours but is fundamentally different. It taps into a deep-seated human instinct, the fear of the unknown, the uncanny. This fear is not just about what we see, but also about what we might see. The mirror holds the potential for the unexpected, the strange and the unsettling. We recognize ourselves in the mirror, yet the reflection is not us. It is a mere image, a copy that lacks the essence of our being. This duality is what makes mirrors so intriguing and so terrifying. It moves differently, feels different. The reflection can sometimes seem to have a life of its own, moving out of sync or lagging behind. This dissonance between our actions and the reflection's response creates a jarring experience. This dissonance between the familiar and the strange creates a sense of unease, a feeling that something is not quite right. It's as if the mirror is revealing a hidden truth, a side of ourselves that we are not ready to confront. Psychologists call this the uncanny valley, where something too close to human, yet not quite, triggers a primal fear response. This concept explains why we find lifelike robots and dolls unsettling, and why the mirror can evoke similar feelings. The mirror image, a perfect replica, yet fundamentally different, falls squarely into this unsettling territory. It is a reminder that our perception of reality is fragile and can be easily distorted. It is us and yet not us. The reflection is a doppelganger, a double that exists in a parallel world. This idea has been explored in folklore and literature, where the doppelganger often represents a dark or hidden aspect of the self. A doppelganger perhaps with its own thoughts, desires and intentions. This notion adds another layer of complexity to our relationship with mirrors, making them not just objects of reflection, but also of introspection and self-discovery. The mirror reminds us of our mortality, our fragility. It shows us that we are not invincible, that our existence is fleeting and can be shattered like glass. It shows us that our hold on reality is tenuous, that there might be another side, another version of ourselves lurking just beneath the surface. This reflection, this other self, is a constant reminder of the mysteries that lie within and beyond us. Section 5. Through the Looking Glass, Literature and Film. The mirror, with its inherent horror potential, has long been a staple of literature and film. Its reflective surface is more than just a tool for vanity. It is a gateway to the unknown, a portal to other dimensions, and a harbinger of doom. The mirror's ability to show us a world that is both familiar and alien makes it a perfect device for storytelling. From classic literature like Alice Through the Looking Glass to modern horror films like Oculus, the mirror serves as a portal to terror. In Alice Through the Looking Glass, the mirror is a whimsical gateway to a fantastical world, but in horror films, it often becomes a sinister passage to a realm of nightmares. The duality of the mirror's role in different genres highlights its versatility as a narrative device. In these stories, mirrors are not just passive objects, but active participants in the narrative. They reflect more than just physical appearances. They reveal hidden truths, expose inner demons, and sometimes even alter the course of events. The mirror's reflective nature allows it to serve as a metaphor for self-examination and the confrontation of one's deepest fears. They distort reality, trap souls, and drive characters to madness. The mirror's ability to warp perceptions and create illusions makes it a powerful tool for horror and suspense. It can show characters what they fear most, or even manipulate their minds into believing false realities. This psychological manipulation adds a layer of complexity to the narrative, making the mirror an indispensable element in horror storytelling. The mirror becomes a character itself, a malevolent entity with its own agenda. It is not merely a passive object, but an active force that influences the story's outcome. This anthropomorphism of the mirror adds to its eerie presence, making it a central figure in the narrative. The mirror's ability to act independently and with malevolent intent elevates it from a simple prop to a key player in the story. Think of the terrifying reflection in the ring, the haunting image that brings death to those who gaze upon it. The mirror in this film is not just a reflective surface, but a conduit for evil, a medium through which malevolent forces can reach into our world. The fear of seeing something dreadful in the mirror taps into a primal fear, making it a powerful element in horror storytelling. Or the cursed mirror in Oculus, twisting perceptions and driving its victims to horrifying acts. The mirror in this film is a master manipulator, distorting reality and bending the minds of those who look into it. Its ability to alter perceptions and create false realities makes it a formidable antagonist, one that is both feared and revered in the world of horror. These stories tap into our deepest fears, blurring the lines between reality and illusion, and reminding us that the mirror can be a powerful weapon in the hands of a skilled storyteller. The mirror's ability to reflect not just our physical selves, but our innermost fears and desires makes it a potent symbol in literature and film. It serves as a reminder that sometimes the most terrifying things are not what we see in the world around us, but what we see within ourselves. Section 6. Candyman, Candyman, Candyman. Candyman stands as a chilling testament to the power of belief. The legend of Candyman is not just a ghost story, it is a reflection of the fears and anxieties that haunt our collective consciousness. The character of Candyman, with his hook for a hand and his menacing presence, embodies the terror that can arise from urban legends and folklore. Say his name 5 times in the mirror and he will appear, a hook-handed spectre born from the reflection of our deepest fears. This ritualistic summoning is a powerful metaphor for how we confront or fail to confront the darker aspects of our psyche. The mirror becomes a portal, not just to another world, but to the hidden recesses of our own minds. This film masterfully blends urban legend with social commentary, using the mirror as a symbol of societal neglect and the cyclical nature of violence. The urban landscape, with its gritty, run-down neighborhoods, serves as a backdrop for the unfolding horror, highlighting the socio-economic disparities and systemic issues that plague our society. Candyman is not just a monster. He is a manifestation of our collective sins, reflecting back at us the darkness we try to ignore. His presence forces us to confront the uncomfortable truths about our history and the ways in which we perpetuate cycles of violence and oppression. The film's use of mirrors is both literal and metaphorical. On a literal level, mirrors are the gateway through which Candyman enters our world, a chilling reminder of the thin veil between reality and the supernatural. Literal, as Candyman emerges from the mirror to claim his victims. Each appearance is a stark reminder of the consequences of invoking his name, a cautionary tale about the power of belief and the dangers of summoning what we do not understand. Metaphorical, as the film forces us to confront the reflection of our own prejudices and fears. The broken mirror symbolizes the fragmented nature of our society, where different faces and identities are often shattered by discrimination and hatred. Candyman is a reminder that the horrors we see in the mirror are often reflections of our own making. The shattered glass reflects the brokenness within us, urging us to piece together a more just and compassionate world. Section 7. Mirrors in Religion and Superstition. The fear and reverence for mirrors extend far beyond popular culture. Many religions and cultures have incorporated mirrors into their rituals and superstitions, often associating them with the soul, the afterlife, and the supernatural. In some cultures, covering mirrors after a death is common practice, preventing the soul from becoming trapped inside. Others believe that breaking a mirror severs a connection to the divine or releases negative energy. These beliefs, passed down through generations, highlight the enduring power of mirrors to evoke fear, reverence, and a sense of the unknown. They remind us that the mirror is more than just a reflective surface. It is a powerful symbol imbued with cultural and spiritual significance. Section 8. Conclusion. Why mirrors still hold us captive. Even in our modern world, where science and technology reign supreme, the mirror retains its power to fascinate and terrify. Perhaps it is the inherent duality, the reflection of self yet not self, that continues to unsettle us. Or maybe it is the lingering fear, passed down through generations of stories and legends, that something more might be lurking on the other side. Whatever the reason, the mirror continues to hold us captive, reflecting back at us our deepest fears and reminding us that some things are best left unseen. So the next time you find yourself gazing into a mirror, remember what you see looking back might be more than just your reflection. It might be a glimpse into another world, a world where fear reigns and shadows dance.